Good day, my comrades. I am coming to you from a security compound at an unknown location. The best part of that information is that U.S. cowardly political wannabe man, penisless Cheney, not here with this Sergey. Before I get too busy, I want to address Ivan Trestenhut, who, as of now, knows not of my arrival at this compound, and he knows not of my YouTube broadcasts, even though he was the architect of our Russian agents' agreement with U.S. intel agencies. He kinda stupid for a smart guy, and kinda smart for a stupid guy. So, I see very often Ivan tries to get too clever, and his brain refuses to go along with the program. Kind of like Quentin Tarantino trying to write a grown-up script really, really hard, while mad gerbils are painting his likeness on the interior of his colon. No, not that one. I mean the colon between his ears. Yes, that one. I not say ugly baboon Tarantino is dip poop, but he ever appear on Dancing with the Stars dip poops, I guarantee he give it a great try. Yes. Girl, dance partner, she dips that dip poop. For sure. Enough of Master of Ugly Quentin. I share some Russian pet mime jokes. Please, if you could refrain your pet mime from miming out a talking show snowflake landing on a freezing cockroach who just ran away from home and is searching for a circus to join. He finds one, but is raped repeatedly by the fleas who perform in that circus. This story is too sad to tell, let alone have mimed out before one's own eyes. Yes, poor assaulted roach in the end die from drowning when his asshole friend, the snowflake, convinced the roach to go outside and enjoy the sunshine. Well, snowflake, or mime flake, they both going to disappoint, and I think death may be one's only means of escape from either one. Not a happy ending, is it? So, as a Russian, please, if you could, stop your pet mime from pretending he's Bernie Sanders and that Bernie actually is pro for the 1%, and incessantly stuffs handfuls of cash into his one pair of radiator humped shorts. And your pet mime miming out the name of his junk to be Bernie Clinton is on the verge of mime insanity, though worth a chuckle to anyone who has a low enough IQ to tolerate the fact that he watching a mime touch itself. We Russian love all the stupid Russian mime jokes. Now, for some new words we have created for US English consumption. Could be one of my favorites. Alright. Pud puppet means a little friend addicted to stringing into ego its ego along with incessant selfies. Now, we use boohoo boogery, means no need to cry and get the closet all humid. Come on out of it. The closet, that is. Woo-ha phonics means girl power sometimes turn grown man into crying baby. I know about that many first-hand experience times. Only known weakness of all Russian men. Ha ha ha. Now, African Kana means putting a pair of Air Jordans on one's ass and making them walk your butt with a high kick. A can butt with Air Jordans. That's silly. Ha ha ha. On a final note, on that CBS television show, The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, I just think as a Russian who does watch US television, David Letterman is dragging out world's longest hoax. Too long. Come on back, David, before Colbert drive all of your audience over to Jimmy Fallon and Kimmel. Or he drives them off cliff of no return. And the hoax, he already lose 40% of initial viewing audience. Remaining audience don't know it's a giant Letterman joke. Don't worry, Colbert get plenty of work after leaving show. After all, he championed liberal butt washer with his lips, and that is very much in demand nowadays. Goodbye for now, my comrades.
Another thing you shouldn't say in the mummified world is at breakfast at the beach, you will hear a couple extolling the virtues of living in the desert. Don't say, oh yeah, in the summer for fun you can daily lose a couple gallons of water to the sweat glands of your ass if you're into the desert. Swell fun. I'd rather try hiding a couple of firecrackers under the eyelids, under my eyelids. Lit firecrackers under my eyelids would be preferred over sweating a couple of gallons of water out of the sweat glands of my ass. But then I'd probably be accused of, if I did that, I would probably be accused of being a honky arsonist. Honky arsonist for certain, because it's kind of an explosive thing to do. Maybe kind of even right out of it, sweating out a gallon of water to the ass, better than putting lit firecracker under the eyelids. But 2 gallon, I'm going to go with I'm going to put the lit firecracker under the eyelids for certain, because I don't want to see all that sweat coming out of my ass in the desert. Of course, when it's not 6 months out of the year, it's okay. But the rest of the time, you got to stay inside all the time, or who wants to be confined like that, like around here. As a potential playmate of the month, definitely, this is something you don't want to say for those of you girls who like to show off the body. You shouldn't say turn off kissing a dog right after it lick its ass, or worse yet, lick somebody else's ass. Yeah, that's a good turnoff, but maybe you don't tell it publicly. Displaying, next thing you shouldn't say is displaying white supremacist tattoos on your neck, you know, in South Central LA, that's Los Angeles. You don't say, hey, bean boy, where can a white boy get some hard to go through the cold and decent friggin' food around here? You know, got any good white boy food around this dump? Pancho Villa? Yeah, that's not a healthy thing to say, and you know, certain parts of neighborhoods of LA. It's not going to be a very fruitful day if you do that. Someone asked you a rhetorical question. Can you think of anything rarer than the Cullinan diamond? The Cullinan diamond, anything rarer? Well, you know, I have grandfathers, so I think I can think of something. But you don't want to answer, you xenophobic butthole. Yeah, I got your answer. How about a roll of toilet paper in any Vietnamese hut in 1960s Vietnam? Yeah, okay, but you know, that's kind of a mean thing to say. I'm sure they got the toilet paper now. If they don't, they're still kind of backwards, I guess, according to Grandpa. You just heard rumors of fellow employee being a transvestite. Well, good for him. And as you turn to ponder that info, that particular employee walk up to you and ask, guess what? I do not, you buttholes, say, what? You dropped to dress sizes? That, yeah. You know, maybe he, when he announced to the world he liked to, you know, wear the girls' dresses, then that may be appropriate. But until he just rumor, you gotta learn to be kind. Unless you're in Russia, in which case you just got to learn to deal with truth. Another thing you maybe shouldn't say is your buddy starts reminiscing about his great-great-grandfather coming over to America from Ireland, and with only $6 in his pants. I would hope that kind of money. I hope he was wearing those pants. You shouldn't say, yeah, but back then $6 was equal to 13 trillion billion million dollars in today's money. How do you know it wasn't? Were you there? Oh, screw you too. McCrackhead, green beard drinking, Irish jig dancing, lord of the bungaholes. Lord of the bungaholes. Well, I didn't know they had bungaholes over there in Ireland. Oh, things I just don't know. So in continuing, you shouldn't say, after all that you say, what? Yeah, it is your round, my green-eyed, lip-carrying friend to buy. You BFF forever. You know, when it's your turn, I'm going to be a nice guy when it's your turn to buy the round. On subject of man massaging another man's shoulders, maybe you don't say, I see nothing wrong with a harmless touch of one man's hands on another man's, you know, on another man's shoulder. You know, but if you ever even accidentally touch me, shoulder or anywhere else, I will cut your hands off and burn them. Of course, I mean that in the kindest, sincerest, and least painful manner possible, good friend. Just keep hands to self. One day a friend from San Francisco says, guess what? Please don't respond. What, you joined the rump hump of the month club? Yeah, that's there's no need to say that, even if it's a good chance to be true. And he probably, you can't assume he's going to enjoy you saying that, but he may. He may very much. You never can tell. You know, San Francisco it's more than rice-a-roni is the San Francisco treat, from what I understand. In a group of friends, some of them are, and some of them are gay. And one says, when finally we have a president who frees all of the gays from the shackles of discrimination, how will history remember him? Don't chime. That's easy. The great emancipator. I don't know. Emancipator? Is that what? I don't know what that means, but the great emancipator. Yeah, well, I hope that makes sense. Now, another thing you shouldn't say is you were a childhood friend who grew up with you as poor white trash, has recently hit the lottery, and he enthusiastically informs you he hit the big lottery, and he enthusiastically informs you of his ever so happy intentions of redecorating his pad. Don't say, what did you do? Go out and buy a half dozen or so rolls of multicolored duct tape? No, that's be mean to say that. Even to poor white trash.